That's it. That's all. And the Niners don't necessarily have a kicker for next year. Eddy Pineiro was one of their MVPs this past year. I mean, obviously he wants to cash in. He just had the season of his freaking career. I don't know how much money he's asking for, but whatever he wants, the Niners haven't given it to him yet. And I don't know, if he hits free agency, a team might give him what he wants. If the Niners don't re-sign Eddy Pineiro, what would your reaction be?
Iggy, will he be a free agent?
Yeah. They need to get this done.
Here's what my reaction would be. They better have somebody as good or better that they can get. And if they can, that's their business.
Yep.
Do you know that they're in contact with anyone as good or better?
I didn't see that many kickers that were better than Eddy Pineiro last season.
Okay. So in other words, they're saying to the kicker, you can't hold us hostage, but they're saying to the left tackle, maybe we'll let you hold us hostage.
I'd rather have the kicker than the left tackle.
I'd rather them be consistent.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I just think like he was such a blessing to the team and the franchise. The team that was messing around with Jake Moody for years, and you let him go. Like you're the same guys that drafted Jake Moody. I don't have any confidence in you to get the next kicker. I think you lucked out with Eddy Pineiro, and you should be grateful.
Yeah, I would. I don't know how much he's asking, but I'd be inclined to sign it. Listen, sign it along with the long snapper. I think that would just, that would put them into first place in the NFC West if they were to do that.
Absolutely. What I wanted to say is, okay, I bet I could see him wanting like $5 million, and the Niners saying we'll give you 2.5. That's the kind of negotiation I would think that this is, which is kind of silly. Trent's different. I could see Trent saying, I want 2 more years I want $40 million guaranteed, and I want to be signed through 2029. That's huge. I could see John Lynch and Kyle saying, okay, Trent, whatever you want. But then they have to get the okay from Jed and Parag. And Parag seems like he's been slashing. Maybe I'm wrong, but the whole Ayuk thing, I don't know that necessarily the bean counters in the Yorks would okay another 40, 50 million guaranteed for Trent Williams. I wouldn't. So I don't know. We'll see what the bean counters think.
Iggy, I wouldn't. I'm telling you, I wouldn't. Listen, I think he's a nice man. You said if I were covering the team that I would really enjoy him and like him. Mm-hmm. I think he's been a great player and he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Wouldn't bother me to let him go. I am all for this team getting younger.
And I am. There's been this thing on the Niners the last few years, like so-and-so really deserves to finish his career with the Niners. Trent Williams needs to finish his career with the Niners. George Kittle is a Niner for life. Man, Joe Montana wasn't a Niner for life. Jerry Rice wasn't a Niner for life. That's a ridiculous concept, and the Niners need to get away from it.
Willie Mays wasn't a Giant for life. And I want to tell you something. It's not going to happen. But if the Warriors traded Stephen Curry, I wouldn't feel that it was a crime against the universe. No. It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
I don't feel.
Is Willie Mays, is his resume any lesser because he didn't finish his career in the Giants because he spent a year or two on the Mets? Like, obviously not.
Also, Willie Mays, as far as I'm concerned, is the most important athlete ever to compete professionally in the Bay Area. Willie Mays. He went to the Mets. Now, there were financial concerns. Stoneham had some, but the fact of the matter is he didn't finish with the Giants. And so there's no such thing as a 49er for life. And that includes Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch.
Yes. Now, Kwesi Adolfo, hard to say. Bill Kennedy says, any perks planned for the members this offseason? Yes. Let me think about that and get back to you in the next couple of days, Bill. I'll do some members-only stuff. Thank you for putting that in my brain. Uncle Shore You says trade Brock in a 3rd round for Minnesota wide receiver Justin Jefferson. Trade Brock in a 3rd round pick for Justin Jefferson. Mac throwing to Justin Jefferson is better than Brock throwing to Ricky Pearsall, Jawan, or Kendrick Bourne. Mac, CMC, JJ, and Kittle would be nice. Re-sign Trent Williams afterwards. Let Trent Williams walk. Sign Hendrickson.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea to sign Justin Jefferson. Let's make a call over to Minnesota because I'm sure they're going to go along with it, right? They're going to say, we want to make the Niners happy. We're just going to give them Justin Jefferson.
Hey, Justin Jefferson, he's one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. We really like him. We'll trade you Brock Purdy. You'd love Brock Purdy. Of course, he wouldn't have anyone to throw to, but you'd have Brock Purdy.
That's a nice comment, but
I loved it.
I'd say, yeah.
And then he says it again. Hey, you donated $20. Thank you very much, Uncle Shore You. I think trading Brock Purdy would be creative, but it's not going to happen this year for a lot of reasons.